Happy Sunday out there, Vol Nation. This is Frank. This is House of Orange TV. Scrimmage 1 in the books for Tennessee. I've had a night to think about it, had a night to sleep on it. We'll kind of put in some next day thoughts. Now, obviously, I gave my instant takeaways yesterday after the scrimmage was over, but after I've thought on it a little bit more for a day, read articles, read about the players, I've got some other thoughts on this as well. And we'll discuss the quarterback battle. I'm going to look at some guys that are really, it's talking about standing out. And we'll give who I think are probably some of the top players on this football team and some guys that are going to do some big things with it. I'll start out with any concerns out of yesterday. I don't have them. I don't have any on it. I expected the defense to win the day with, all your two of your top wide receivers out. The quarterbacks would probably, there was going to be some hit and miss with. Now, the fact that George McIntyre said looked the best and he continues to really stay in this battle. Is it a competition? Some of you have said it in the comments, and I tend to agree. I wonder if it's truly a competition. I think we all expect Joey Aguilar wins this competition, and nothing has changed my mind on it. If it is truly a competition, though, I want to see McIntyre get some first string run because it says he's mainly working 2s and 3s. I question whether it's really a competition myself with it because I think we all know or think that it's going to end up with Aguilar. Maybe Aguilar's the best quarterback. He's, the most solid. He's the most experienced. He's seen these defenses before, not necessarily SEC, but he's played against ACC teams when he's at App State. They played numerous ones while he was there. I think it still leads to him winning the job, but the fact that McIntyre, I think we all agree on McIntyre that probably the one thing going against him is he's very skinny right now. You get him in a couple of years down the line, he'll be a solid guy. But at the same time, though, your best guy is your best guy. I don't care how they're built. So, I mean, if the skinniest guy is the best one, that's who I'm playing. It's on him to get rid of the football. It's on his line to hopefully protect him during that time. But I still maintain I think it's going to be Aguilar when we get down to it. And I'll be surprised if it's anybody other than him. Here's what I'm liking out of this, though. Some guys, I'll tell you right now, and I some of the guys I'm high on. But, man, the more I hear about Deshaun Brain, true freshman, tight end, I think this guy can be a real weapon. And, I can't remember exactly who it was in the comments yesterday. One of you listened, commented, and you were spot on with it. Talked about how Georgia used to. Their best player, they've always had a pretty strong running game. But in the passing game, they've had good wide receivers, but their strength were the tight ends, and they relied on those tight ends a lot too. I mean, we saw it every year. Bowers, Washington, some of these dudes. Tennessee may be in a similar frame here. Now, I'm not saying Miles Kitselman is Brock Bowers or anything like that. Miles Kitselman's a good football player. Ethan Davis is going to be a good football player. Jack Van Dorseleer is going to contribute and be a good football player. Deshaun Brain may be that dude, though, at tight end. And I'm really curious to see how much they implement him this year. I think with the unproven at wide receiver, they're so young, so unproven there. Maybe we see, 12 personnel will probably be used pretty often. How can we get Brain the ball? And maybe the same with Ethan Davis. I think those two are playmakers with it. You guys have heard me say it. Could they line him out? Could they put him in the slot? I don't know if they will, but I think you will see plenty of 2 tight end sets this year. I think Brain is going to be a weapon, and I think you'll see it probably as the season progresses. I'm hoping to see him more and more involved in it. They've got 4 really solid tight ends, and possibly 5. But I don't know a lot about Cole Harrison. And I have not seen a lot because he's not practiced some. I think he did scrimmage. I didn't see him on the out report. Offensive line, I'm still encouraged. Said they ran the ball well yesterday, and that's going to be one of the best defensive lines in the country that they're going against. That defense of Tennessee is going to be one of the best defenses in the country. And, it's an iron sharpens iron deal here. There's no alarms for me that, maybe the passing game struggled some yesterday. I expected it against this defense. And, didn't really hear much on any wide receivers that stood out yesterday. Just seeing that, guys play. I know that Staley and Brazel were out, Matthews scrimmage, but really didn't see anything about anybody just standing out yesterday. I know some people were really high on Rodarius Jackson, and I think he and Travis Smith Jr. are going to be big this year. I'm curious to see what role those two take on. But you've got them, the offense, Star Thomas. The fact we keep hearing about Star Thomas, Pete Nakos talked about him on Friday, and then they really praised Star Thomas yesterday. Talked about how he's a much more comfortable now. Of course, he came in the spring from Duke, was just learning the system. Now he knows it and says he looks a lot more comfortable. And Josh Heupel really spoke highly of him yesterday. I think his playmaking ability and his size, he's about 6'2", he's listed. He's got good speed. I've said this numerous times. He was one of the top guys in the country at making people miss last year. He can catch the ball out of the background. This dude could be a weapon. And I wouldn't be surprised to even see him back on kick returns possibly too. He can do a lot of things for Tennessee. Defense, it's right. The guys I want to hear about is who I'm hearing about. Edwin Spillman, I think, is going to be an absolute game changer this year on this defense. I don't know that we've had a linebacker like Edwin Spillman in a long time down in Knoxville. A guy who'll knock the crap out of you, a guy who can run, who can do a little bit of everything with it. I'm really excited about him and seeing what he does this year. It's a shame he was hurt last year and only got to play in 4 games. But they talked about he showed up again yesterday. I love the linebacking unit. I think it's going to be really good. The defensive line, the guys I want to hear about, Caleb Herring, Jordan Ross, we're hearing about them, that they're getting better. They're making plays. That's what we need on it. And then the secondary, some younger guys got opportunities yesterday, like a Colin Brazel had a pick 6. Talked about, really didn't hear much about the corners other than that. So that's a good thing. They didn't get picked on. They didn't get lit up or anything yesterday. So, man, it's a solid football team. It is a solid football team. I'm excited about it. I'm ready for this season to get started. And again, I'm still putting it all. I say it's Joey Aguilar when we play Syracuse on August 30th. Anything beyond that would really surprise me. But, if there's a question, it's getting guys healthy, especially wide receiver, getting Brazel on the field, getting Staley back on the field, because these guys need all the reps they can get, especially if it's Aguilar, because Aguilar, I guess you could say, is not thrown with Chris Brazel at all, who's expected to be possibly the top wide receiver, him or Mike Matthews. So we need these guys on the field as soon as possible. And I know they're being cautious with it. I don't blame them, but hopefully we can get them out there and start letting, even if it's one of the other quarterbacks, they can start repping with Brazel. For me, though, it's more important with Aguilar because he was not here during the spring. And he needs all the reps he can get with these receivers for sure. We'll see where it's at. I would love to come off of my 9-3 pick, but I've given my reasons for that numerous times. And it's proof's in the pudding, as they say. I've got to see it. I have to see it with it. But thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe. It is free on the road to 4,500. Getting close. Kind of setting goal. I'd like to get to 6,000 before the year's out. Anything beyond that's just gravy. But thank you for your support. This is Frank. This is the House of Orange. Another reminder, tomorrow night, Monday night, I'll be live at 8 o'clock. Hope to see you guys there as well. But y'all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you when I see you.